Okay, hi. So I'm going to be talking about how the Earth is a habitable planet. So, what is necessary to live on Earth? So, we need liquid water, we need oxygen, protection from solar winds, sunlight, atmosphere, protection from solar rays, soil, and carbon dioxide. The first we're going to be talking about is liquid water. Liquid water is an essential requirement for life on Earth because it functions as a solvent. It is capable of dissolving substances and enabling key chemical reactions in animal, plant, and I'm going to butcher this, microbial cells. Its chemical and physical properties allow it to dissolve more substances than most other liquids. Without water, life simply cannot be sustained. It is the fluid that lubricates the working of the cell, transporting the materials and molecular machinery from one place to another, and facilitating the chemical reactions that keep us going. So, 71% of the Earth's surface is actually covered by liquid water. Next thing is oxygen. Oxygen plays a critical role in respiration, the energy-producing chemistry that drives the metabolisms of most living things. We humans, along with many other creatures, need oxygen in the air we breathe to stay alive. So oxygen is generated during photosynthesis by plants and many types of microbes. Oxygen is generated by life on Earth when organisms such as plants, algae, and cyanobacteria use photosynthesis to convert sunlight into chemical energy. So at least half of Earth's oxygen comes from the ocean. Next thing is protection from solar wind. So Earth's magnetic field, or magnetosphere, I think that's what it's called, stretches from the planet's core out into space, where it meets the solar wind, a stream of charged particles emitted by the sun. So for the most part, the magnetosphere acts as a shield to protect Earth from high energy solar activity. The next thing is sunlight. The sun is the closest star to Earth. Even at a distance of about 93 million miles, its gravitational pull holds the planet in orbit. It radiates light and heat, or solar energy, which makes it possible for life to exist on Earth. Plants need sunlight to grow. Animals, including humans, need plants for food and the oxygen they produce. Without heat from the sun, Earth would be frozen, or the Earth would freeze. There would be no winds, ocean currents, or clouds to transport water. Nothing is more important to us on Earth than the sun. Without the sun's heat and light, the Earth would be a lifeless ball of ice-coated rock. The sun warms our seas and stirs out atmosphere. It generates our weather patterns, and it just gives us energy to the growing plants that provide the food and oxygen for us as well. Next thing is atmosphere. The atmosphere protects living things from the sun's most harmful rays. Gases reflect or absorb the strongest rays of sunlight. The atmosphere shields Earth from the most harmful solar rays. I already said that. It also the ozone layer, which lies in the, I think it's the stratosphere, I think that's what it's called, 11 to 50 kilometer, I think that's where it's at from the Earth's surface, and it blocks out just many harmful formations of radiation. So without that ozone layer, ultraviolet rays would destroy most life on Earth. Gases in the atmosphere also hold in heat. So the next thing is protection from solar rays. So the ozone layer, again, acts as a filter for the shorter wavelength and highly hazardous ultraviolet radiation, so UVR, from the sun, protecting life on Earth from its potential harmful effects. When the sky is clear, there is an inverse relationship between stratospheric ozone, and solar UV are measured at the Earth's surface. So, like, the lower the ozone levels, the higher the solar UVR is. The next thing is soil. So, human life is directly dependent on soil. Soil is not only the source of nutrients and water for plants, which offer human one of their primary sources of food, but it also the reserve of water. Without oxygen and water, a human cannot survive. It just can't. The next thing and the last thing is carbon dioxide. So this plays an important role in an important part in vital plant and animal process. So kind of going back to photosynthesis and respiration, green plants convert carbon dioxide and water into food compounds, such as glucose and oxygen. This process is called photosynthesis, like I said. So many complex molecules are needed to perform the thousands of functions, sustain complex life. Carbon is the simple building block that organisms need to form organic compounds such as proteins. And actually carbohydrates and fats, I believe. So that's it.